Hi, my name is Liam, aka Liam the Plumber. Today I'm going to be installing a full bathroom using Fischer's products. So the first item we're going to install today is this post-couple toilet. So I'm going to be using Fischer's fixings to secure it to this wall and to this floor. There's no pipe work here today because we are on a set, so I'm not going to show you how to connect up the cold feed or the waste. So first thing we're going to do is install the cistern on top of the pan so we can then mark our holes for where the cistern needs to be screwed to. So the next step, now the cistern is secure to the pan, it can now stay fixed to this pan. Again, imagine there is pipe work here, but because we're on a set, there isn't any. So the next step I'm going to take is to ensure the cistern is level to the wall. Needs a slight adjustment before I go marking the 2 holes in this cistern. And as you can see, perfectly level. So now I know the cistern is going to sit nice and square to this wall. Deep hole marker, mark through there where we're going. Okay, so the next step we're going to take after making sure this is level, we've marked our holes in the cistern, we now need to mark the holes for the pan to secure it to the floor. To do this, mark along the edge of the pan and then the center of the hole along the side. The next step now is to remove the cistern from the pan so we can now measure where our fixings now need to go on the floor. So, pan comes out, and as you can see earlier, the bolts we have to fix cistern to. So undo these and remove the cistern carefully. I'm going to be using Fischer's toilet pan and bidet fixing kit. You can see in the bag we've got everything we need to fix this pan or bidet down to the floor. The 2 bits we're interested in are these 2 L brackets right here. Now, these do not just butt up to those lines because of course we now need to measure the thickness of the base of our pan to move those brackets in to secure this to the floor. So we flip the pan and we measure this wall thickness right here. I see that as 15 mil, so I'm going to move those brackets 15 mil in from those 2 lines. Take measure on your line and then move them in 15 mil. Now, on those lines, line it up with your center mark. We now need to drill the holes for our L brackets down here where I've marked earlier. So we have a 10 mil plug, so we of course need a 10 mil drill bit. So I'll drill these 2 holes. Now we've drilled the first hole in the floor, we're going to insert our 10 mil plug, grab our L bracket and the bolt supplied, screw down, and then place back on our original mark just like so. These bolts are a 13 mil hex, so you will need a 13 mil socket or spanner to fit these. And then we're just going to tighten this bracket down to the floor. It's not going anywhere, this toilet, by the way. Like, once it's in, it's in. So now that's secured to the floor, we're now going to move over with this bracket and do the same on this side. So now we've fixed our L brackets to the floor, we're now going to drill our 2 holes for our cistern to screw to the wall. We're going to use 2 6mm duo powers and 2 small screws to secure the cistern to this wall. Because we're using 6mm duo powers, we're going to need a 6mm drill bit to drill through these tiles and into the wall behind. Start off slow, and because we need to go at an angle for the screws for the cistern, otherwise we won't be able to get a screwdriver in the top of the tank to secure our fixings to the wall. So drill at a slight angle once you've started off the drill bit. Right, so now we've got our L brackets in, we've now got our 2 duo powers in the wall for our cistern. It's now time to lift the pan into position on top of our L brackets, and then we'll put the cistern on top of the pan, ready to screw there. So, pan goes straight over our 2 L brackets. Grab our cistern, our donut washer, and place back on top. We're now going to guide these 2 longer bolts you see right here through that hole and this hole here. We're going to clamp our cistern down, ready to screw the cistern to the wall and the pan to the floor. So now the cistern is secure to the pan. We're just going to check it once more time to make sure it's level, which it is. So now we're ready to secure the pan to the floor and the cistern to the wall. So we're going to use the stainless steel screws provided. These go through our caps rails right there, like so. And then we have a choice of either white or chrome caps to go on after. So never use a power tool when fixing these into the side of the pan, as there is a risk of cracking the porcelain. So do these with a screwdriver by hand. Right, so now our screws are tight. We haven't over tightened them. It's important to not over tighten, otherwise the caps will not go over. Now the pan is fixed to the floor, we're now going to secure the cistern to the wall. So remember earlier when I drilled those 2 holes at an angle, that is to allow for the screwdriver to go in and fix our screws. Now, we can't just put a standard screw straight against this porcelain. Again, there's a risk of cracking. So I always add a rubber washer to the screw to prevent it cracking. Again, these do not need over tightening because again, it is only porcelain. So cistern secure to the wall, pan is fixed to the floor. All we've got left to do now is fit our button for our flush valve. That fixes in to our lid. We will have to cut this down to size. You can do that with a set of cutters. And then the last thing is just the seat to go on top.
Thank you very much for watching. I'm Liam the Plumber. This has been How To using Fisher Fixings.